This is Gmail, and this is Gmail with Cmd+K. Cmd+K is a Chrome extension that adds everything Gmail should have had years ago. Read receipts so you know when your email is opened. A split inbox that sorts itself. Reminders that chase replies for you, and a command bar that makes all of it fast. So who's this for? Anyone really who spends serious time in Gmail. Founders, executives, sales, recruiters, if your work happens in email, this was built for you. Quick story, I use Superhuman myself, and honestly, it was too expensive for what it offered. Besides, I didn't want a different email app. I just wanted to spend less time in email. So I built Cmd+K, everything that Superhuman offers inside the Gmail you already use. No migration necessary. These days, I spend about 20 minutes a day in my inbox. It used to be 2 hours. In this video, I'll take you through every feature one by one, how to set it up, and how to get the most out of Gmail with it. Not just the features though, also the system, how I run my inbox so it doesn't get out of hand. It's all chaptered, so feel free to jump to the part you need. Let's get started. Okay, first, setup. This takes about 2 minutes. Head to the Chrome Web Store and search for Cmd+K, or use the link below this video. Click Add to Chrome, and Chrome shows you a permissions prompt here, so let's take a second on that one. It says Cmd+K can read and change your data on mail.google.com. Here's what it means. Every Gmail extension needs that permission. It's just what lets Cmd+K do its work inside Gmail. And this access ends at Gmail. Cmd+K cannot see your other tabs, websites, or anything else you do in your browser. Once it's installed, the welcome page opens automatically. Sign in with your Google account, and that's the entire sign up. That sign-in only shares your email address and name. Cmd+K never reads your emails or your data. You get a 2-week trial, all features, no credit card needed. One thing Cmd+K does for you, and this one's nice, it switches on Gmail's own keyboard shortcuts and a few other settings that optimize your Gmail experience. That setting is buried so deep in Gmail, most people never find it. You get to skip that entirely. Now open your inbox and press Cmd+K, that's Ctrl+K on Windows. If the bar comes up, yeah, you're ready. Settings live under the lightning bolt menu. Appearance, shortcuts, tabs, snippets. We'll visit most of these later. Setup done. Now let's make Gmail faster. The command bar is the heart of this. Press Cmd+K anywhere in Gmail. On Windows, that's Ctrl+K, and that goes for every shortcut in this video. I'll say Command, and if you're on Windows, you press Control. 1 bar, and roughly 90 commands behind it, all searchable. And you don't memorize any of this. That's the whole point. You just type what you're thinking. Start typing archive. 2 letters in, it's the top result. Hit enter. The bar acts on whatever you're looking at. If you're reading an email, the command applies to that email. And if you've selected a bunch of emails in the list, same thing. 1 command handles the whole selection. And it learns you, which is honestly my favorite part. Your most used commands float to the top. Snooze from here. Label, move, mute, unsubscribe. There's a second bar you should know, Command O. It lists every link inside the email you're reading. Login links, verification links, that one button buried at the bottom, arrows to pick, enter to open. No more scanning an email for the link you need. This one grows on you quickly. Okay, now moving around. This is where the speed really starts to compound. 2 keys do most of the work. Enter opens the email you've highlighted. Escape closes it. Open with Enter, read, escape. You're back in the list, no mouse involved. Add E to archive, and you have a full reading loop with 3 keys. U toggles read and unread. S stars it. And delete does what you think it does. Arrow keys walk the list, and shift with the arrows selects a range like a file browser. Need a different folder or a label? Open the command bar and just type where you want to go. Sent, snoozed, drafts, any label you have. Enter, and you're there. And if you juggle multiple Google accounts, and I know a lot of you do, G, then a number, jumps straight to that inbox. No tab switching. And here's a clean little feature that teaches you all of this, nudges. Hover over any button in Gmail, and Cmd+K shows you the key that does the same thing. So every time you reach for the mouse, there's a quiet reminder that a faster way exists. So you never sit down and study a cheat sheet, you know? The shortcuts come to you while you're working. Oh, and Command K can even tell you how well you're doing, how much you run on the keyboard, and how much you still lean on the mouse. More on that later. Give it a week of conscious effort, and your muscle memory kicks in. Let's talk about the method, because the shortcuts only matter if you have a system. A well-managed inbox is not about an empty inbox. It's about decisions. Every email you open gets exactly one decision, right then, not later. And here's the part people miss. You only ever have 4 options. If it needs a reply and it takes under 2 minutes, just reply. That's the R key. If it's done, archive it. E. You'll press that key 100 times a day. If it matters, but not right now, snooze it. B. Then just type when, tomorrow at 9, or say, next Monday. It disappears and comes back exactly when you want it. And if it's junk, delete. But archive is usually the better default. Deleting is for things you never want to see again. Archive keeps it searchable. Now the hard part. You do this email triage 3 times a day, not 30. Morning, midday, evening. Batch it. Email is a task, not a place to live. Open, decide, next. Open, decide, next email. That rhythm is the entire system, and with 1 key per decision, you hit a flow state faster than you'd expect. Okay, next up, the senders who keep coming back. Newsletters, notifications, that store you bought one thing from 3 years ago. Command K has a word for these. Nuke. Open any email and click the nuke button. It deletes everything they've ever sent you and blocks whatever email comes after from them. There's Nuke Company too for the whole domain. Every address they mail you from, handled in one action. It sounds scary. It isn't, I promise. There's an undo if you accidentally nuke someone. Now, for senders you want to keep but never really want them to clutter your inbox, you have Auto Archive. Their emails skip your inbox and file themselves quietly, searchable later, invisible today. Auto Delete works the same way, for things you never read anyway. Unsubscribe is one command too. No hunting for the tiny gray link at the bottom. And those sponsored rows Gmail puts in your inbox? Command K hides them, all of them. Run nuke a few times and the noise level drops quickly. So, even a clean inbox mixes everything together. Invoices next to newsletters next to your boss. Tabs fix that. They split your inbox into sections, each one backed by a Gmail search. A team tab from your company's domain, an invoices tab, a newsletters tab you visit once a day. To make one, search for anything in Gmail, then click on the plus button, and that exact search, is now a tab. Flip between them with Tab and Shift Tab. This makes it even more faster. Each account keeps its own set and they sync through Chrome, so your setup follows you even if you move computers. The point of all this, your main inbox only holds mail that needs a decision. Everything else has a room of its own, and you visit on your own schedule. Let's talk about writing. Every job has its repeat replies. Scheduling, intros, pricing questions, you know yours. Snippets. Save a reply once and never type it again. In any compose window, press semicolon. Your snippets appear, filtered as you type. Pick one and it fills in, with variables. First name, today's date, filled in automatically. You can create a snippet from scratch, from a draft, or from an email you already sent. That last one is the trick. Your best replies already exist. And snippets aren't just plain text. Full HTML works, including formatting, links, images. So a snippet can be an entire email template. And then there's Quick Quote. Select any text in an email and press Q. Command K opens a reply that quotes exactly what you selected. So instead of a wall of quoted history, your answer points at the one sentence you're answering. There are 2 more compose tricks. Paste as link. Select text, paste a URL over it, and it becomes a clean hyperlink. Next is Instant Intro for double opt-in introductions. One shortcut writes the reply and moves the introducer to BCC. If you do a lot of intros, you already know, that one pays for itself weekly. This chapter is about what happens after you hit send. Because the worst inbox problem isn't incoming email, it's the thread that silently dies. First, read receipts. Flip the toggle and compose before you send. You'll see tick marks right on the email in your inbox. 1 tick, delivered. 2 ticks, they've opened it. And you get desktop notifications with some intelligence behind them. You get notifications for the first open, a reopen after a day, or even a cold revival when someone digs up your email a week later. My favorite one. If it's still unopened after 3 days, Command-K tells you that too, because, silence is information, right? There's a tracked emails button in the sent folder. 1 click shows everything you're tracking. Next, follow-up reminders. Press Command-Shift-H before sending, or just flip the bell toggle. If they reply, nothing happens. If they don't, the email comes back to you when it's time to nudge. Send it, tag it, forget it. Command-K does the remembering. This next one is the most underused feature we have, and I get it. It's invisible until you set it up. Auto CC and BCC. You write a rule once, and the right people get looped in automatically. Every email to a client's domain CCs your deal desk. Every email you send BCCs your assistant or boss. Set it in Settings. Pick CC or BCC, who to add, and when the rule applies. From then on, recipients just come pre-filled. And if you remove someone from a draft manually, Command-K respects that. It won't sneak them back in. 30 seconds of setup and you never forget to loop someone in again. Now let's make Gmail quieter, because modern Gmail is, let's admit it, a lot of buttons. Open Command-K's Appearance Settings. This is the Declutter panel. Hide the Gemini button. Hide Help Me Write. Hide the suggested replies. Every AI element. Gone if you want it gone. There are toggles for more than 20 interface elements. Or apply the minimal preset and be done with it. There's a reading font size slider too. Your eyes will thank you in the evening. And the before and after speaks for itself. Same Gmail, about half the visual noise. Okay, rapid fire round. A handful of small features people miss. Calendar invites. Shift-Y to accept, Shift-M for maybe, Shift-N to decline. Command-C with nothing selected copies the entire email as clean, readable text. Perfect for pasting an email conversation into Slack, ChatGPT, or Notion, minus all the clutter. Need just the sender's address? 1 command. Honestly, this is my most used feature. I'm forever looking people up in my CRM. Mark all as read. 1 command, even across multiple pages. Edit subject, attach file, add to tasks, filter messages like this one, all inside Command-K. Nobody uses all of these. Everyone finds 1 or 2 they can't live without. Alright, let's put the whole system together. Morning. Open the inbox, start at the top, enter, decide, escape. 1 pass, no skipping. Reply if it's quick, archive if it's done, snooze if it's later, delete if it's junk. You know this part already. Midday and evening, same thing. 3 passes a day, and that's all the email you do. Your tabs hold everything that can wait. Your snoozed emails come back when they should. Once a week, open your stats page. It shows every shortcut you've used, your most used ones, and the time all of that saved you. And my favorite bit, it shows you the buttons you still click with the mouse. That's how you know exactly which shortcut to pick up next. All of this stays on your device, by the way. Your stats never leave your browser. And when I said 20 minutes a day at the start, that wasn't a slogan. It's just what happens when every decision is 1 keystroke. That's Command-K. A command bar, a method, and a much quieter Gmail. The trial is 2 weeks. Full features, no credit card. The link is right below. See you in the inbox.